Which one of these is the most plausible next-gen Xbox? What is up, y'all? I am Ray, and this is my channel, Xbox Ready, where we get on and we talk about Xbox stuff. The latest news, rumors, games, accessories, pretty much anything I want to talk about as long as it's about Xbox in some way. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about Microsoft's next-gen console lineup, and why the Xbox Series C is once again on people's minds. Now I know what you're thinking, Ray, why are we sitting here talking about Microsoft's next-gen Xboxes when Xbox is running around willy-nilly giving everyone their games? They're sitting over there preparing ports for some of their most iconic franchises. Xbox and hardware, that's not gonna be a thing, except it is. Even back when all of this Xbox multi-platform discourse started happening, they made it a point to be like, guys, seriously, we are still gonna be making Xbox consoles. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but we know that they're working on it, with Phil Spencer even going so far as to say, hardware is a critical part of what we do. But in this age where you will indeed be able to play Xbox games on PlayStation, on the Nintendo Switch 2, he wants people to buy an Xbox not based off of their exclusive games, but because of their hardware capabilities that apparently the next-gen Xboxes are gonna have that separate them from their competition at Sony and Nintendo. But the problem is that we don't really know for sure what those hardware capabilities are going to be. We know that they want to deliver the biggest technical leap in a generation with this new Series X successor. And we also know that they're working on a handheld, that they even went so far as to have prototypes that you can actually play. All of this is once again on my mind because of a post that Brad Sams put on his Twitter, or his X, in which he posts in a graph 4 theoretical Xbox consoles. And he asks his followers, he asks Twitter, he asks X, which one of these would you like to see? The Series X2? The Series S2? The Series... Wait a minute. Hold on. The Series C? The Xbox Series C? Huh. This is looking kinda familiar, guys. I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on where I would have seen the Xbox Series C before. And oh, wait a minute, look at this. The Xbox Series P. Man, where have I seen this before? God, I'm having deja vu looking at this post.
I'm joking. This
is a fun post, and as a guy who built an entire YouTube channel talking about what Microsoft is going to do next as far as Xbox hardware, I thought I would make a video about it. Let's start off with something easy. Let's start off with the things on this list that people do not want. I can say with about 98% confidence that people do not want an Xbox Series C as it's represented in this graph. A cloud-only gaming console that you hook up to your TV, it comes with a controller. It's something like $100 to $150, and again, it only streams games. It is a cloud gaming only console. No one wants that, and if they do, it's a very small percentage of people. Certainly not enough people to warrant making this thing and distributing it. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it's outside of the realm of possibility as a possible hardware option for Microsoft, because we know that they were working on it at one point, except it wasn't called the Xbox Series C. It was called Project Keystone. And they got so far into the development of this thing that it even appeared on Phil Spencer's shelf, a prototype of this thing. And just as it was picking up steam, people were talking about it, people were already discussing, oh, when could we expect this console to hit the market? They pulled the plug on it. They're like, Project Keystone, no, scrapped, gone. And I gotta say, looking back at all of these controversial decisions that Xbox has made over the past couple of years, that's gotta be hands down one of the smartest things that they've done. It was like the team that was working on this, the people that were overseeing Project Keystone, it was like they collectively realized, wait, this is a massive waste of time. You can make the argument that a streaming-only Xbox console would do a little bit better today than it would 2 or 3 years ago. Considering the improvements that Xbox has implemented into cloud gaming, being able to access the social stuff in your Xbox profile, being able to stream your own games, improving the overall experience in terms of the connectivity and the controller lag. But in this world where you can access Xbox cloud gaming, not only on Xbox consoles, Xbox Ones, Xbox Series consoles, but also your phone, tablets, iPads, freaking your laptop, TVs, Samsung and LG TVs, a plethora of handheld gaming devices. It would just be a massive waste of money on Microsoft's part to make a dedicated piece of hardware that does the same thing as an app on your TV or phone. There's no point in an Xbox Series C or an exclusive cloud gaming console. If you like cloud gaming that much, you have plenty of other options. I'd say a step up from that, looking at this list, the Series S2 is next in line in terms of consoles that they do not want to see from Microsoft. That is not a dig at the Series S. I know it's caught a lot of flack over the past couple of years, but I like my Series S, man. I've had an up and down journey with it. After seeing how well it handled the split screen version of Baldur's Gate 3 though, I'm back up on it, especially when you considered what I paid for it, which is something like $250. There's been a lot of back and forth on, oh, Microsoft releasing the Series S was a mistake, they should have never done it. We're well past that point though. They did it, they gotta live with it, and whether or not there's a place for the Series S or a machine like it, like a Series S2 going forward, sure, there might still be a desire, a want by some customers for a cheaper next generation machine. I would say an Xbox handheld would fill that slot of a Series S2 really nicely. People still want a Series X type console, and people seem to be pretty high on handhelds nowadays. Throwing in a Series S2, I don't know, kind of feels like three's a crowd here. If they're gonna have a quote-unquote underpowered bit of hardware on the market, it might as well be a handheld, because handhelds get a pass. And you know I'm right. All this bitching about the Series S these past 4 years, when it is way stronger than a Steam Deck or a regular gaming handheld like the ROG Ally, but you never hear anyone saying, oh, Wolong Fallen Dynasty is delayed because it couldn't target the right specs on a Steam Deck or on an Ally or the Legion Go or whatever. If they dropped the Series S and just went with the gaming handheld, I feel like nothing is lost there. I know it's not a one-to-one thing, but you have to assume that any handheld that Microsoft makes is going to have the ability to hook up to a monitor or TV anyway. So in practice, function-wise, it could operate much like a Series S would, but if you want to take it on the go, you have that option too. It's much more versatile. So to me, looking at this list just through process of elimination, the most plausible Xbox consoles when it comes to their next generation lineup remains a Series X2 and the Xbox Series P, the Xbox handheld. But the question still remains. Great. Xbox puts out a handheld. Great. Xbox puts out a new Series X. What are the qualities that either of those things are going to have that are going to make people say, huh, I really want that. Not a PlayStation 6, not a PC, I really want that. And Brad Sams actually does a really good job encapsulating what I believe would be the best option for Xbox. Putting out a living room PC with a console experience where you can play Xbox, Steam, Epic, and more, and that targets 4K 60 FPS. Blending the console and PC experience, I'm not saying it's Xbox's only option, but it's the one that makes the most sense, and one that they're entirely capable of doing given their experience with the Windows platform and Xbox. We also know that they're working on a separate experience that is working to combine the best of both of those worlds. It seems that they're working on that specifically for the handheld, the Xbox Series P. But if they're working on it, if they have it, why not just bring it on over to the regular console too? If they can figure it out, if they can really nail it, that's what's gonna set Xbox apart from its competitors going forward. Sure, you can buy a PlayStation 6 and probably, most likely, play Xbox games, especially the newer ones coming out. But if you've been on Xbox for the past 10, 15, 20 years, I don't think it's that easy of a transition as people are making it out to be. The PlayStation UI and just the overall experience is not a one-to-one when you compare it to Xbox. I much prefer my dashboard, my UI on my Xbox versus my PlayStation. And if Microsoft can key in on those quality of life, user-friendly features that make Xbox great, on top of continuing to deliver great first-party games, stack Game Pass with day one editions, they can make a solid case for themselves, a solid pitch for people to buy Xbox consoles. I see a lot of people saying, yeah, well, you could just buy a PC and that's pretty much an Xbox. Yeah, that's true, you can build your own PC, buy a pre-built one or whatever, but not everyone wants to do that. Some people just want to buy a box, plug it into your TV, and that's it. But I will acknowledge that it does seem that more and more people are interested in PC gaming to a certain degree. One of my good friends, Matt, friend of the channel, he is notorious for not really giving a crap about video games, but every now and then he'll see like this niche indie game and be like, wow, I'm really into that. And most of the time they're on Steam. His latest obsession, Tiny Glade. Now my buddy Matt has a PlayStation 5 and an Xbox Series S. Tiny Glade, however, is only available on Steam. So he's like, damn, I gotta bust out this crappy laptop to play Tiny Glade through Steam because it's not available on consoles at all. Man, if only there was a box that you can plug into a TV that can access not only Xbox games, but Steam games and just PC games in general. How cool would that be for people like my friend Matt? How cool would that be for everybody? Sure, most of my digital library, most of my stuff is in that Xbox ecosystem. I have plenty of games on Steam. I have maybe like 1 or 2 games on Epic. I don't know. I play games through the Blizzard launcher as well. It would be sick if that all could be unified into one console. Microsoft has all the tools necessary to position themselves as like this sort of like gateway drug to PC gaming. Next generation, depending on how this new Xbox looks, I believe the Series S2 could be positioned as something that can appeal to their hardcore, longtime fans, console-only dudes, while also enticing people who may be interested in PC gaming but might feel intimidated. They've been telling us over and over and over again to our faces that they are super interested in the PC gaming world. So really, it is not a big stretch at all to believe that their next-gen hardware is going to blur the lines a little bit between console and PC gaming like Brad Sams is suggesting. Anyways, guys, that's all the next-gen Xbox stuff I have to talk about today. Thanks so much for joining me for another edition of Xbox Ready. If you made it this far into the video, consider subscribing. Help me on my journey to 200,000 subs. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.